take either my husband or my friend out for a nice meal.
I'd spend it on beer.
I'd buy shoes.
Rent a parking space in my apartment.
I'd take my husband and we'd have a slap-up meal and a bottle of wine.
Definitely more shoes.
Pay the tax man for all the self-employed work that I'm doing.
This particular project was something that the City Council approached us about. The main motivation is to try and raise the bar and housing quality in the Meadows. And that's what we're about, pioneering projects in a regeneration context. The location itself, is a great location next to the river. Primarily, we've taken the approach of, it's jargon, but it's fabric first, which is get the build quality to the highest standard first, and then other sustainability features are added in due course.
As an architect, this seems to be being built really well. This is the first time I walked around this one finished, but it's got a really nice sense to it, and everything clunks really nicely. They're very advanced in energy terms. They're effectively based on the sort of passive house principle, which is a German system that's been developed over the last 20 or 30 years. We have very, very highly insulated shells. In the winter you don't open the windows, you actually have mechanical ventilation which saves a lot of energy. You don't lose it when you open the window, for instance. It's a complete package of an idea. I mean, the insulation in these walls, sort of something like 300 millimetres thick.
The ventilation system in the house, is what's termed mechanical ventilation and heat recovery. Now, in a nutshell, what that does is take air from the warmer parts of the house, such as the kitchen. It extracts the air from there, takes the heat out of it, expels the stale air and all the smells, but the heat's taken out of it, and that is then used to heat the air that comes into the bedrooms through these inlets. So you're not wasting any of the heat that you create in the property. Showers, bathroom, all of those, there's energy gone into heating the water, so that energy actually heats the air, and we take that heat out and put it into the colder parts of the property. These are the inlets that bring in that warmer air. That's what happens in winter. In summer, you switch the system over to a summer setting, so you don't actually bring the heat into the rooms in the summer, you just get fresh air in the property in the summer. That bit of kit, that's the clever box that does all of that. That's really important for houses like this where they're very, very airtight and there's no leakage from the outside, that you have this ventilation system to get fresh air into the property.
Right, feed-in tariff is a system that came in last April, and it's to encourage people to generate electricity. And what happens is that if you put a solar panel on your roof, for every kilowatt of energy that you generate, the government will pay you 43p for it.
This is the inverter. What this does is takes the electricity that's generated from the photovoltaics on the roof, and it puts it back into the system. So effectively you're generating electricity and selling it to the electricity companies.
If you use it yourself, it's free, and you still get your 43p. And then the energy supplier that you are working with will also pay you 3p for every kilowatt, so you actually do really well out of it.
Some months, in fact, you might actually be in credit.
If you had £50 extra a month, what would you?
I don't think I would see it actually. I think my kids would spend it for me.
So if I lived in a house like this, I could just grow rich, I suppose, because I could just put it in the bank. I wouldn't have to worry about the stress.